News alert, you're looking live at the Al Smith dinner in New York City, where they're currently introducing the guests of honor. It's an annual charity dinner. Politicians show up in election years to roast each other in good humor. President Trump's expected to speak tonight. Kamala, a no-show. She's sending a pre-recorded video message instead. We're also expecting remarks from comedian Jim Gaffigan and an invocation from Timothy Cardinal Dolan. And we'll take you there later in the hour. Death has a way of bringing people together. Yesterday at the funeral of Ethel Kennedy, Bobby's widow, Biden, Obama, Clinton, and Pelosi all sat alongside each other for the first time since the coup. The bad blood between these four lingering in the church like incense. And then things just got awkward.
I will tell you this. I thought your mother was the cat's meow. She would flirt with me in the most innocent ways.
Okay. Anyone else?
Days later, I received another letter from her. They'll always remember. I know all of you look forward to each year. A Valentine card. There's a picture of me and Ethel surrounded by hearts. Oh, you think I'm kidding? It meant a lot to me, I'm telling you. Printed the language on the card, it said, in the printed language of the card, it said, "I'm not biding my time waiting for you, Valentine." And then in her handwriting, she says, "'Cause he's no ordinary Joe."
Okay. But in the pews, the tension was as powerful as the organ pipes. Barack and Biden were caught in the middle of a deep conversation. Now, Primetime isn't in the lip-reading business, but one professional lip reader tells the Post that Biden told Barack, "She's not as strong as me." Barack, nodding his head, seems to agree. According to this lip reader, Obama tells him that's true. The relationship between these two presidents is strained. Biden's off the ticket, and some are second-guessing the switcheroo. Trump says Obama's feeling like this.
I think he's angry. He pretends not to be, but I think he's an angry guy. He's a nasty guy. He's got a little bit of an edge, and he's angry about a lot of things. You look at what happened with Biden, and you look at what he did with Biden. He really hurt Biden. If you think about it, they stole the election from a sitting president. That's, I always say coup, but the word coup, I don't think it's accurate enough. They just walked in and took it away from him. That is a legendary thing. He didn't want to give up. He's angry now. They're all angry, the Democrats, if you think. She's angry. They're both angry.
For both men, this is personal. Kamala's faltering candidacy threatens the end of the Obama-Biden era. That's how Conrad Black puts it. They put their legacies on the line for Harris, and now they're all pointing fingers at each other. Biden's telling Barack, "I told you so." Pelosi and Biden still aren't even speaking to each other. And she says she never wanted Harris in the first place. She wanted Josh Shapiro as the nominee. That's according to journalist Mark Halperin. And the Clintons say, "We had to have a coronation. There's no way Kamala could survive a competition."
Some of the wishful thinking and the speculating about let's have some sort of, primary made absolutely no sense. That we didn't have the time, and it would not be in any way effective, and it would not help us win.
The old dogs realize they have the party's blood on their hands. Less than 3 weeks to go, they're trying to cut their losses. Barack's lecturing the brothers, and out on the campaign trail, Bubba's teamed up with Tampon Tim. I wonder what they talk about on the bus. Democrats are nudging Harris to do more. So now she's screaming.
Must never again stand behind the seal of the President of the United States. Never again. Never again.
But it might be too late. For the first time ever, the polling averages have Trump up in every swing state. Look at that. Kamala's fading fast in the betting markets. And in early voting, it's looking strong for Republicans. Check out the turnout in Arizona.
Should note, we did not find a single person who audibly would tell us that they voted for Kamala Harris. These were Trump supporters getting out to vote early in the all-important Mojave County. Take a listen to some of our conversations.
Well, the difference is going to be that everybody's coming out early.
Why did you vote early this year?
Honestly, because Donald Trump told me to.
What a good answer.
We went one man who did not vote in 2020, but he said he was horrified by the state of the country, so he is voting here in 2024.
The Harris campaign's running into reality. That's how Walter Samuel puts it. Harris finds herself burdened by Biden's legacy and with a pointless running mate in October, at the very moment she's triangulated her credibility into the dustbin. Half the Harris ticket's in a sling. Walz is useless. And she's out there basically saying the last 4 years was a failure and never touts any of their so-called accomplishments. The only thing she talks about is this.
Six Democrats voted against
Donald Trump's administration. Donald Trump's administration. Donald Trump, from Donald Trump, and Donald Trump, about Donald Trump, and Donald Trump
after George talking to President Biden at a fundraiser on the debate stage.
Donald Trump. Let's go back to Donald Trump during Donald Trump and Donald Trump. How Donald Trump.
Usually when a person acts like that, you get a restraining order. And she won't take any responsibility for anything. She had the chance yesterday with Brett to say what she'd do differently, and she flunked.
Your campaign slogan is a new way forward, and it's time to turn the page. You've been vice president for 3.5 years, so what are you turning the page from?
Well, first of all, turning the page from the last decade in which we've been burdened with the kind of rhetoric coming from Donald Trump that has been designed and implemented to divide our country and have Americans literally point fingers at each other.
Madam Vice President, more than 70% of people
that is
tell
about
pollsters,
turning the page on rhetoric that people are frankly exhausted of, Brett.
If you're turning the page, you've been in office for 3.5 years.
And Donald Trump has been running for office.
But you've been the person holding the office.
Come on.
Madam
You
Vice
and I
President.
both know what I'm talking about. You and I both know what I'm talking about.
I actually don't. What are you talking about?
The reason Kamala is the nominee is because Biden was a failure. Why can't Kamala just say, I learned from the mistakes he made? Catch and release was a bad idea. Printing $1 gazillion, I wouldn't do that again. Instead, she just squirms and argues like a lawyer without a point. Grow up, accept the past, and move forward. Instead, she just lies to us. Harris has tried to rewrite history, and in an implausible way to boot. But the idea that Kamala Harris is some sort of Glock-carrying conservative who idealized John McCain and admires the statesmanship of Dick Cheney is laughable. It is insulting to those involved. She's alienating the left and playing the rest of us for fools. Harris appears to be in the process of defeating herself. Nancy and Barack have unleashed a wrecking ball. Biden, at least, was still kind of holding the coalition together. Kamala's poisoning it. She's lost unions, black men, Hispanics. You don't easily put back political coalitions once they've been shattered. She isn't just losing voters, they're being scooped up by the opposing party. These coalitions take decades to build. If Kamala loses, this coup will have done long-lasting damage to the Democratic Party. It's destroyed their coalition and their credibility at the same time. And it's burning through billions of dollars. Writer Tom Klingenstein puts it this way. The Democratic Party is the destructive party, and Kamala is the destructive leader. This election is between one candidate who wants to destroy our country and the other who wants to save it. Look how much damage Biden-Harris did in just 4 years. She's already promised she wouldn't change a thing. This country would not survive. Click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You won't get it anywhere else.